I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. The door was locked. I was a prisoner
Oh
here.
no.
Good evening,
Oh,
Alan.
this is
Are we
creepy.
feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me.
Why is he holding
I
his
don't
hand like
blame
that?
you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
You're a weirdo.
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan. Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are
No
just a
one?
manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth.
People are
Unless we
missing.
fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
A sundial?
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now, we're in control.
You just
Every
said my
time you
wife
have a
is dead.
relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the
I
illness.
let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one
loved
trying
his
to
own
bring you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed
madly
for
inside
yourself.
my head.
But
I
can't
dug my
do
nails
it
into
by
the palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery.
Who's that hiding behind your couch?
Come along. Let's go inside.
Absolutely not.
Now, here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do
Who
love
said
to
that?
hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
I'm gonna go up here now.
Scary, scary, scary.
You go hang out with your patients.
Emerson,
Yeah, make him
I'm a
stop.
real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
please, Emerson.
Hartman had
Mr.
mentioned
Wake
that the
is
power had
confused
been acting
enough
up.
as it is.
Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
When you have it?
Emerson,
Okay, sorry.
Get away from me, Emerson. She's normal. Everybody sings that song.
now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room.
Yes,
You've
because
been
you're a horrible
writing as a
person.
part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
If I have, it's not working.
My rheumatism's killing me.
These guys are here
There's
too?
a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They have,
Yeah.
how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Or they're just old.
I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'm probably never gonna go in that room again.
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Ow.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro?
Tom?
He's gotta go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words. My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Yeah, good thing he's not overreacting or anything. Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Something's
Gotcha.
wrong.
The doc's got me
I'm
looking
not
after
myself.
Wake here, but
It's
Alice
hard to
is
think.
rowdy.
There's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days. It's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be.
Whoa.
I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
This episode is called The Truth.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Sure. Lock me in here, please.
The white glare of the blank page
With a
in front of me
flashlight.
hurt my eyes.
Dang. He needs dark
My hands
mode.
began to shake uncontrollably.
What? What's going on? Why are you in my room?
You stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
Oh, time to
I
leave.
didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
I don't
Hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir.
Oh
Hartman
no.
kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies.
Is
and
Barry
was
here?
impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we?
Sinclair looked back.
Four.
That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd be keeping them.
Destiny. It's my store. I'm taking it. We're on a comeback tour, baby.
Alright, they're a little too crazy now. Nah, get me out of here, please.
Hammer's way will have it say rise up in their name.
Adult diapered asses, Bert, since you're so tough.
We were on the road, man.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made of the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't believe
Alice?
it.
Oh yeah, she met him.
So angry all the time. He's getting violent. He's...
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake.
Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind
Isn't that what she said through the
and I don't
phone?
like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all,
Woman?
I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
So it wasn't real?
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me?
What?
I'm gonna sue your crazy quack!
Oh, Barry!
Seriously!
Barry?
What are you
Ow,
doing,
about
Barry?
time.
Barry! Man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
Why would they say that?
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
A gun? Should he really have a gun?
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
Get...
Your ability and mine.
Well, it wasn't murder. That's what's important.
Presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay. This is loud. There we go. What do you want me to do?
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer, That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
God. Come on. I didn't shoot anybody, Barry. Just so you know. Is it me or...
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
No, I'm just gonna climb.
I don't have a light. Take this, Al.
Barry, you're a lifesaver because this puts you in real danger. Oh my God. Come on! It's not my house, Barry. I don't care about it. Nothing like a hedge maze when you're already in a horror game.
Hurry up! I can hear those evil guys moving around.
What do you mean?
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece.
Viking.
A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Did I miss something? Let them come. Whew.
We don't want any fighting. It makes people mad. You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long.
Great. What's wrong with this dude? Come on. Come on. Oh. Back up.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
I knew it. I knew I should have stayed out of these bushes. Ah.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
If Barry dies, I'm gonna be pissed. Emil made Tom do it. know where I'm going anymore.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Barry! Let's get in the car, Barry.
Al! You're alive!
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry, please.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Do your thing, Barry. Do your thing.
Hurry up, Barry.
I'm on it.
Actually, Barry, you gotta work a little faster than this for me, okay? Barry, I'm already dead. I did not know he was gonna come behind me. Barry.
Hurry up, Barry.
I'm on it.
What the?
It's gotta be here. Hey, found a corner.
Barry. I swear.
I found it. No, wait, that's a twig.
Barry. Barry, I'm dying. Alright, we do this my way.
Hurry up, Barry.
I'm on it.
You're not Barry.
Al, please tell me me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out!
Ugh.
Al! God damn it, Al, talk to me!
Don't tell me my leg's broken.
I had lost my gun in the crash.
Gosh.
Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay!
Stay away from bushes,
Jesus,
Barry,
good to hear your
please.
voice. I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that!
Barry, why do you
okay?
even put it in the car?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Ah, Al, there's something moving down here.
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Please, Barry.
Yeah!
Okay.
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al. I'm great. Guess you never messed with anyone. Find your way around to the farm, Al. I'll be waiting.
Alright, Barry.
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al, I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area.
No, Barry. You're not main character.
I'm on the case.
You're giving, like, really good side
This
character.
would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up.
It's already a disaster. I have nothing. Thank goodness the darkness chooses not to attack when you're unarmed. That was a lie. Oh my god! What is going on? I'm dead. It's inevitable.
You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Ugh. Come on, I'm stuck. Why is there a light this way?
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm. Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
Alright, that light took care of most of them. Come on. Go. Okay, come on.
Shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
What is this? Are you kidding me?
I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate. Agent Nightingale stared at the passed-out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest. I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
I'm gonna try it. Nah, that was so close! The generator was a lie. Fuck. Is that Barry?
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
Heavy duty. All I get is a better flashlight and some batteries.
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
It's not Barry. Jesus, you're back.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
Bear traps. You're not stopping me.
Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
The Taken are filled with darkness. Wow, thank you. I had no idea. Lost 2 bullets, all because I wanted to get this thermos. And I almost walked into that bear trap. Fuck. Come on. Axe throwing pro over here. What?
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Alright, we're gonna stop here.